Okay, so up to now previously we have discussed the router, the basic concept of router, what is its importance, how we can use difference between the basic difference between the switch and router, and all about that, and what is the IP address configuration when we connected, and also discuss this concept is very much important. When we connect the different two LAN, then the router comes into picture, and where the switch can be used inside a LAN. Okay, so and whenever within a LAN a computer wants to send some message to another computer on another network, then the router comes into play. That's we have discussed the importance of IP address, how the IP address will be there for the case of the router communication, that we have already discussed. Now in this video we are going to learn some of the basic concepts about the routing algorithm. Now a router, first of all, before discussing the routing algorithm, or what is the routing algorithm, why is the routing algorithm is required, so first discuss some of the basic points about the router that we have already discussed previously. I am just recapitulating here. Okay, so first point about the router is that a router has two processes inside it. Okay, so a router has, and at the last of this lecture you will see what are the different routing algorithm and what are the different types that we will learn. Okay, so in the case of the router has two processes, okay, inside it. Basic router has involved two processes inside it. And what are the two processes? These two processes are, first of all, first processes, one of them, okay, so one of them handle each packet as it arrives looking up the outgoing line to use for it in the routing table. And this process is called forwarding. So this process is called forwarding. Okay, so this is important, forwarding. Okay, so this is the first task. What is the first task? One of them, the first task, each packet as it arrives at the router looking up the outgoing line, okay, to use for it in the routing table. That means there is a routing table, and this routing table actually stores the forwarding path. Forwarding path means whenever the packet arrives at the router will decide through which part or through which node it will sends the packet arrives at its source, and it will send the data to its proper destination with consult with the routing table. So this process is called the forwarding. So this is the first task that router handles. Now what is the second task? The second task is responsible for, okay, so the other process, so the other process is responsible for filling in and updating routing table, and updating routing table. That is why the routing algorithm comes into picture. Here the routing algorithm, here the routing algorithm comes into play, comes into play. Okay, So the first process is responsible for forwarding the data packet comes into its one of its nodes, and the router will actually forwarding this packet to the destination with consulting with the routing table. Now what is the second task? Second task, that as the router is totally dependent on its routing table, so routing table actually stores the data. Likewise, this is the source and this is the destination, how the path will be created, that is connected. Okay, so that table is called the routing table. So the router actually sends the data to the destination after consulting it with the routing table or after looking it the routing table. So the next task should be responsible for filling in and updating the routing table. Now this routing table must be updated regularly so that the new router or the new node is to be connected with the router must be updated, so that the router can know where the data is to be transmitted comes into its incoming node. Okay, so that is the second process, and here the routing algorithm comes into play. Okay, that means if this is your router, this is your router. Okay, and different router must be connected with this. So this is your router 3, suppose this is your router 2, and this is your router 1. So all of this router is to be connected, and with this router some of the machine is workstation is connected, and here the some of the workstation is connected. Now whenever this kind of workstation wants to send some data, then to this machine or to this machine connected to this router, so the router will decide its path according to the different algorithm. The algorithm actually updates, algorithm actually decides the shortest path or whatever may be the minimum cost. Depending on this parameter, the routing algorithm updates the routing table, and according to the routing table the router actually forwards the data to its proper destination. Okay, so that is the picture. Now the routing algorithm. Now there are, whenever we discuss the routing algorithm, okay, so this routing algorithm. Now the routing algorithm, first point about the routing algorithm is that part of the network layer is responsible for deciding, actually router is actually working in the network layer, so part of network layer, okay, responsible for deciding which output line an incoming packet should be transmitted on. Should be transmitted on. Okay, that means this router is actually works on the network layer, so that's why it has been written that the part of the network layer is responsible for, okay, deciding which output line and an incoming packet should be transmitted on. That means there is an incoming packet comes into router. Now which output line the incoming packet should be transmitted, that means the where the this incoming packet is to be transmitted and through which path, this routing algorithm actually decides. Okay, and updates the routing table according to that, and the router consults the routing table and then sends the data. So this is the first point about the routing algorithm. Now the second point about the routing algorithm is that if the network uses data gum actually use the UDP connection, okay, and virtual circuit is actually used for the TCP connection. So if the network uses data gum, okay, datagrams internally, this decision must be made this decision must be made a new path for every arriving data packet. For every arriving data packet. Okay, so if the network uses the datagrams internally, the decision must be made a new path for every arriving data packet. Okay, so what is, if you know the what is the datagram, so formal definition of the datagram is that a datagram is a basic transfer unit, okay, associated with the packet switch network. So datagram are typically structured in header and payload section. Okay, it has an header section and a payload section, and datagram provides connectionless communication. Okay, so it is part of the UDP. Okay, so datagram provide a connectionless communication service across a packet switch network. So this is the formal definition of the datagram network, and if the network uses the datagram network, so the decision must be made a new path for every data packet, every incoming data packet. Okay, so new path has to be created every time as for the every new arriving data packet. So this is the all about if the network uses the datagram. Now if the network uses the virtual circuit, okay, so if the network uses virtual circuit, internally routing decisions are made only when a new virtual circuit is being set up. Only when a new virtual circuit is being set up. Okay, so whenever the virtual circuit is being set up, the routing decision is already being made. It has not been made every time a new packet has been comes into its incoming node. Okay, so this case is sometimes called, okay, this case is sometimes called session routing. Okay, so this case is sometimes called the session routing. Now if you want to know the virtual circuit, okay, now the virtual circuit is a means of transporting the data. This is the formal definition that I have used in the case of the datagram. So whenever the network uses the virtual circuit and whenever the network uses the datagram, now in these two cases the router actually makes the decision differently. So in the case of the datagram, whenever it uses datagram, so it's makes its decision every new path for every arriving data packet. So that is all about the whenever the network uses the datagram, and I have already said what are the definition of the datagram. Now in the case of the virtual circuit, whenever the network uses the virtual circuit internally, the routing decision are made only a new virtual circuit is being set up. This is called the session routing. Now the virtual circuit is a means of transporting data over a packet switch network, okay, in such a way that it appears though there is a dedicated physical link between the source and the destination end system of this data. The term is virtual circuit is synonymous with the virtual connection. Okay, so this is all about the formal definition of the virtual circuit. So virtual circuit, whenever the network uses the virtual circuit, then the routing decision is to be made based on this point. Okay, so whenever the network uses the datagram, the routing decision is made internally, and whenever the network uses the virtual circuit, the routing decision made differently. So this is the 2 point about the routing algorithm. Next is the desired properties of the routing algorithm. So next we will discuss the desired properties of routing algorithm. What are the different characteristics the router algorithm should possesses? Okay, so first point about the first characteristics of the routing algorithm is that correctness. Okay, so first point is correctness. Okay. The second point is simplicity. So these characteristics a routing algorithm must possesses so that it can be said a routing algorithm. So third one is robustness. Then stability, and last one is your fairness and efficiency. Fairness and efficiency. So these are the all characteristics a routing algorithm must possesses. Okay, so that it can be easily says a routing algorithm. Now the what is the correctness? Correctness, as you can see, the name implies that whenever we are sending the data, okay, between these two nodes connected with the different router, okay, then the correct data is to be routing is means all of the network devices including the router, that means the switch, hub, bridge, router, all of the desired property of these network devices, it's to send the data correctly. Whatever data comes into his incoming port, that data must be sent out properly with the correct value to its destination. Okay, so that property, so as the router is also a network device, so this property also must be satisfied in the case of the router also. So next property is the simplicity. Now whenever you are made a connection through the router, so that connection must be simple. It must not be that there is a different node like that. So the structure of the architecture of this connection must be simple so that the routing algorithm can be made. Okay, this routing algorithm, whatever routing algorithm, this through the network, that means this is the incoming data. Now this incoming data is to be sent out to this machine connected to this router. Now whatever routing algorithm or the routing procedure must be designed for this sending is data. There are different matrices, that means the shortest path, minimum cost, that you must decide. So whatever may be the optimal solution, then you must not made it very much difficult. Okay, so if you made it difficult, then implementation of this algorithm must be very much costly. Okay, so next is your robustness. Robustness means the circuit that you are connecting virtually, that means whatever the routing algorithm means, you are sending the data, that means the connection has already been established, so you are sending the data through this connection. So this connection must be robust, that means one has been it is set up, it must be follow regularly so that it can send the data. Okay, and that is also associated with the stability. Stability means the data whichever you are sending, okay, the data whichever you are sending from this one node to another node, so that data, so that network connection must not fail every time. Okay, so suppose this is a different kind of node, a router is being connected, different machine is being connected with this, so it must not fail every time. You made a connection, virtually connection through this routing algorithm. Now if this path fails after 2 or 3 successful data transfer, then it must not be stable. So fairness and efficiency. So the efficiency means what, all of you know the efficiency. So how efficient the algorithm is, if it uses so much of resources and it does not produce the proper amount of efficiently the data or the resources, then this circuit might not be efficient. So it should be fair, connection should be fair, virtual connection whatever you are making through this routing algorithm must be fair and the efficient. Okay, so these are the different characteristics, so one must possesses whenever you are going to make a routing algorithm. Now there are different types of routing algorithm that exist, that we will discuss in the next class. So I am just saying some of the algorithm. Okay, so types of, in the case of the types of routing algorithm, so in the case of the types of routing algorithm, there are two types actually classified. So they are, inside that there are different types of classification and the definition. First one is the non-adaptive algorithm. Okay, and second one is your adaptive or dynamic algorithm. Okay, so we will see in the next class what is the definition of these two, what are the different characteristics of these two algorithm, and what are the different sub algorithm behind that. Okay, so there is different sub algorithm based on that. That means this routing algorithm can be, I'm just writing some of the names. That means the shortest path algorithm, and after that there is a algorithm called flooding, and there is another algorithm say distance vector routing, another algorithm link state routing, another algorithm hierarchical routing, another algorithm broadcast routing. Okay, so another algorithm multicast routing and anycast routing. So these are the different algorithm. So we will try to discuss some of the algorithms uh, from there, and we will also discuss the meaning of these two. That means the non-adaptive algorithm and the adaptive or the dynamic algorithm. We will discuss these two algorithm, and also we will try to discuss some of the algorithm from there. Which one is important, we will try to discuss. And these are the different algorithm that are associated with the routing algorithm. Okay, thank you.